Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Welcome. I am Cortap. I need to figure out how to stop the music. There we go. I am Cortap. I have just recently started streaming, and I'm going through and having fun is the main thing. Tonight we are going to be playing some Alan Wake. We are up to episode 3, so we'll go through and have a recap, and we'll pick up where we've left off. The idea being the Phasmophobia is having a one-time event coming up mid-next week, Phasmophobia by Alan Wake. I'm a big Phasmophobia fan. I've had a lot of fun playing it, and I played... Hey, Am Bam, welcome in. I'm glad you finally had a chance to make it. I'm doing great. How are you? How are things going on your stream? Oh, I need to adjust my chat view settings, apparently, because you just can't see that. There. Oh, yeah. Kids are going to do that. Sir, not a problem. Lurkers are always welcome. Am Bam. Kids, absolutely. I've got just the one, but she just recently turned 3 here, and she's a handful. Worth it, but absolutely a handful. I am apparently going to have to play around with that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you, Rosgoth. My daughter, she made an appearance on the stream the other night. She couldn't really talk back to. Oh, you don't know my daughter. This child has. She's already got the snark of a teenager, and I can only imagine it's gonna get worse. No, she made an appearance on my stream the other night. She was not having a good night for bedtime and had to give Daddy a kiss. So she had a brief appearance on the stream. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going with Alan Wake.
Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
That's really reassuring, Am Bam. I've only got the one.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Do you just have the 3 daughters, or do you have sons as well?
FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI.
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Just the 3. I figure 3 is probably more than enough.
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from
Oh, if you've already got 3 girls, don't, and you're thinking you're good, don't give it another chance. Even if you have a son, that poor kid is going to be
Cauldron Lake.
controlled by his daughter, or by his older sisters.
Was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
how
coffee
about that?
thermos.
It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers. Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
Hey, Seven, welcome in. I would have. What is that? 100,000% end up in an asylum? If you had it, I feel the exact same way, and I've just got one. I couldn't imagine having 3.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store.
This is starting to sound kind of familiar.
In the dark. Childish stuff like that.
It's almost like what I've run into in the first couple episodes here.
All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Game volume, absolutely. Thank you for saying something. And of course now they're going to stop talking, Seven, so you'll just have to kind of make up the conversation in your own head.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
Is that a better volume?
Just here to talk to her, pal.
I can see a thermos inside. It's glowing. I had turned it down a bit, Seven, because I had the music playing,
Oh dear.
and that was
Mr. Wake.
pretty loud. I didn't want it blowing anyone's
I'm so
ears
glad
out.
You're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Not
Yes.
odd.
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
Seven, I'm pretty sure she is. You had left just before the end of the game. She had called Alan saying she has the manuscript, and the camera panned around and showed that old lady in the black mourning outfit standing next to her. That one.
You and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't
Yeah, Seven, just a nice old lady.
But it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
A little puppet show on the TV in Control. You're not wrong. It's supposed to be a kid's show, and every time I watch it, I'm like, this is going to give me nightmares. Alan's picture posted all over at the head of her bed. The kind of thing you never actually want your fan, the object of your obsession to see.
Work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Barry was out of it. He was
hollowed
way too
out.
heavy to carry.
Way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Ooh, manuscript
My gun
page.
and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
What page do we have this time? Randolph calls the police.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
I feel like that means I can expect the police to show up soon. How fortuitous that the boat blocked that particular path back to the front. Oh, we got another radio show.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know? I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny. You know, Danny and...
Guy sounds like he's 3 sheets to the wind.
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah. Well, you know, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today. And now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know.
Absolutely 7. Loving the overall creepiness of this and Control. They mesh so well.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
That's why I was so stoked when they did the crossover DLC in Control that brought the darkness into one of the floors and made it basically, what do they call it, an AWE? Looking to see if I can find any more pages or thermoses. Now, even if you're not big into horror, because honestly I'm not that big into horror, these games are absolutely worth the time.
God knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Spillane!
That's a trigger-happy agent. Jesus Christ.
I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
Hey, not a problem, Seven. Thanks for jumping in. You take care, and you have a wonderful night.
Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Yeah, we're just gonna run. We're not worrying about pages unless we actually stumble across them. Because we gotta get to the kidnappers and get his wife back. Get my wife back. However I should word that. I don't know how I should word that. Absolutely, Rosgoth. Announce your presence, then shoot. That's... Hey, FBI, freeze or I'll shoot. Bang, bang, bang. Better than bang, 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 freeze or I'll shoot?
Oh, damn.
Well, I want to know what the hell I did to result in this kind of freaking manhunt. What the fuck? He slipped away. There's not a chance he's following the only path-looking thing here. Wrong place, wrong time. Well, that and the suspicious trailer park owner and whatever Rose slipped in our coffee. So we've got another manuscript page. What do we got? The dark presence sleeps.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Well, that sounds interesting. I have a vague recollection of this game, but I gotta be honest, at this point, this is where I really start getting super vague. Uh-oh. Is that a manuscript page? Yes, it is. Rose visited by the dark presence.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. "Pretty girl," she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Didn't stand a chance.
I'm a federal agent pursuing a fugitive. You want to discuss my message, Sheriff? Make an appointment. Over.
You stay right where you are, Agent Nightingale. I'm on my way. Out.
Well, the sheriff sounds a little, peeved. I imagine that's not standard ROE.
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
Doesn't sound like it's going very well for the cops. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
For those of you, well, for everybody listening in, for everybody on the channel, just today I added some new channel point rewards that include some audio alerts. So I have not had a chance to try them out yet. So if you come to a point where you want to make me jump, I'm sure you'll be able to. Called in the artillery. That last guy got the 5 kills. Is it the 5 kill that gives you the artillery, not the drone strike? Whatever it was big and loud and scary. That's a chopper. Hi guys.
You on the ground. Hold it right there.
Ah! I stopped moving! Stop shooting! I was holding still! Stop shooting! Bob and weave. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, can I use this? Yes, I can. Way zoomed in. Hey, look, I found a thermos using the binoculars.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, Mulligan, what are you doing? Come on!
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan.
Really, Rosgoth?
We got
The 5Ds. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quick.
Rosgoth, it looks like you haven't started the Pokemon community game yet. You gotta do exclamation Poke Start, and you'll be able to start catching Pokemon. What's out this way?
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
So I go back down. Okay. Oh, and then suddenly there's a door open. Or was it open before and I just didn't see it?
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
And then we'll conveniently find a flashlight somewhere.
There was no power to the searchlight.
Or we'll power up a searchlight. That works too. And then the generator burns out. At least I got there in time. This game does a really good job of setting up the atmosphere. Just a flashlight sitting in a broken down shed.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in. Over. Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over.
I think this is the point where they roll out the National Guard for the one guy that took out a bunch of cops, right? Whoa.
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, Salem. I appreciate that. I even saw it coming and it still got me.
There's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10-15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like...
I'm glad I could amuse you, Salem.
I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
It's fired. Oh, I see a manuscript page. manuscript page. Okay, what do we got? Rose touched by the dark presence.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
He really was hollowed out by the dark presence, huh? To say, I know there's more. The music in games like this never lies. Oh, I see a cop car. Or what's left of one. And that was my last grenade, so now I gotta figure out where the heck I'm going next, because I am so lost in the woods. Oh, I see lights. I have no weapon. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I have no weapons. Run, dude. I'm being chased down by literal darkness here, and he slows to a walk. No, 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 no. Oh. Well, that went well. Okay. Everybody together now. Note to self, don't dodge right into him. Okay, pick up the manuscript page again. It's the same one we had before. I'd love to grab more flashbangs, Roz. Where would you recommend finding them? See a light over that way. I only have 3 flashbangs. Let's see if I can run. Oh! scary sounds have stopped. Whoa! Well, that went better than it did last time, I think.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
It's Lorna Miles.
Oh, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us? What do you mean?
Damn good cup of coffee.
Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens instead of wasting resources on those people.
Well,
Let the trash sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Well, that's not good. I'm running from the cops and he just put it out on the radio that I'm here.
Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa. Everyone calm down.
Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Tonight's just going swell, huh?
I had fallen off so many
He's
cliffs
just
over
hitting
the
all the
years.
authors.
That's what you get
Jesus.
for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Another manuscript page. Nightingale in the radio
Nightingale
station.
stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
I wonder what his problem is. He seems to have something personal against Alan Wake, but what's the issue? Ooh, a gun. Suddenly everything is so much easier, right? Congratulations on your first catch. So if you run into enemies, you're going the right way, right? Oh, I need to reach the train depot, so I'm not going the right way. What's up here? What? I'm going opposite of the marker icon. And there's something this way. God, I hope there's something this way. This would be a long way to run for nothing. Wait, is that the... That's the radio tower. Or did I just like all this way for nothing? Oh, a manuscript page. And a couple of flares. Okay, what do we got? Walter fights Danny.
Danny had stepped out, but what stumbled back in was something else. Something alien. A monster. Walter tried to kill it, first with his fists, then a chair. It wouldn't die. Instead, it kept coming, unaffected by the beating it had taken. After Walter managed to kick it down the cellar stairs, fear took over. He ran, got behind the wheel, gunned the engine. The booze wouldn't make him forget, but he knew he had to try.
Danny and Walter. Wasn't the guy on the radio saying something about Dan or Danny being his best friend, but he was waiting? Your buddy steps out into the darkness and something else walks back in looking like him. That's creepy. Now I gotta go all the way back down. Uh-oh. Well, at least it decided I didn't have to walk back down all alone, huh? Jesus. Can't tell if this is more like Edgar Allan Poe or Alfred Hitchcock. Full on Hitchcock moment. There's my answer. Thank you, Roz. I appreciate that. You're not wrong. It definitely calls back to that movie, The Birds.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Ooh, shotgun. Ooh, bad guys. Back to the lights. Ouch. Oop, I see a glowing thing out here. Yep, looks like another manuscript page. What do we got? Wake attacked by a bulldozer.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Great. I get to fight a bulldozer. No, that's the little house that I got the shotgun. They're coming. Oh, another manuscript page. Sarah distrusts Nightingale.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
We got another manuscript page and some glowing symbols over here. Wake attacked by a possessed object.
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Great, inanimate objects. Well, I suppose the bulldozer probably should have been a giveaway. There we go. Another arrow. It's always nice finding these little supply caches. Ooh, and a flare gun. Thank you so much for coming, Rosgoth. I very much appreciate it, and thank you for the follow. I hope you have a wonderful night, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Take care, my friend. Oh, that's the way I came from.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Guys, give me 1 second here. Okay. Sorry about that. This doesn't feel unsafe at all.
That was pursuing me was growing stronger.
Oh,
and it was
boy.
taking over everything in its path.
Oh, that was pleasant. Oh, we got another manuscript page. Wake and the dark presence in the
I
lodge.
slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
It just every one of these manuscripts is sounding more and more
As a teenager, just
positive
starting to
for
get
my
interested in
future,
writing,
huh?
Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Hey, Red, welcome in. Glad you made it. It's going well. This is the long chapter of Alan Wake, so I think it's going to be a long stream tonight to get this chapter completed. Yeah, my friend, not a problem. I'm glad you were able to make it. So you know, you've commented in the past, it'd be nice to have some jump scare sounds. I did add some sounds to the the channel rewards, including a jump scare that Salem already used on me and giggled about afterwards. They're like flashbangs. Great job, Salem. Yeah, Red, right now Salem is just lurking. Please do not recycle. Oh, another radio. You got me with the jump scare. Red was saying good job. TV? Oh yeah, we got another episode of the Night Springs.
Unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, A Family Occasion. Journalist Alvin Derlis' trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs.
Well, and the thing about it, Red, I had actually seen the alert come in, and it still got me.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derlith, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derlith.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derlith, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derlith learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
Those are always weird. Oh, another manuscript page. Wake attacked by the dark presence. Wake attacked, wake in the dark presence, wake attacked, wake attacked. Jeez.
Darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Sounds like a cliffhanger. Yeah, you're not joking, Red. That Night Springs, I'd change the channel. See? Put some Bluey on. Got a glimpse of my dirty house behind me. Big open area with a lot of emergency boxes. I wonder what is about to happen. Oh, hell, it's the bulldozer. Great, not even a flare works. Ah! Oh, it'll run over its own eyes. Ouch. Whoa! Jesus. I'm not sure I'll ever look at bulldozers the same way. At least not in the dark. Ooh. Run into the light, my health returns. There we go.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.
Gorgeous country.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
It's absolutely gorgeous, Red.
Without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
It's especially great when you stop and think about this game was made back in, I believe, 2012. So it's 14 years old, and it even with the remaster, understandably, it's going to look good, but even so, it has to have good bones to build on from the beginning.
This is Pat Main, and
They absolutely did.
FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize.
You absolutely can tell there was a tech advancement, and they took full advantage of it.
Because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. And I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
And off we go to meet the kidnapper. At least when you hold down the acceleration through this part, it treats you like your character's a thinking individual and not like immediately slamming you to 60 miles per hour.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy
I
it.
agree, Red. Too often it's like, oh yeah, we'll give them a car, and then they have to worry about how fast they're going, and which makes sense, but in a game where driving is not the core idea, it's frustrating when they just go totally hands off.
I mean, isn't that depressing? Or heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Getting shot at will do that, I imagine. Back to the road. Yeah, we're gonna stop and see what we got here too. Yeah, I'll be honest, if I was going through this in real life, I probably would not run up the rickety wooden stairs. What do we got? Mott on the ferry.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
So much for a relaxing vacation, huh? Now, are these real Pokemon? I haven't recognized a single one. It was never my game, though. They are real Pokemon, Red. The problem is, up to the generation of Pokemon that they're at now, they've got something like 1,000 Pokemon. So, if you're just looking for the original 151, they're well past that at this point. Which annoys me. I miss our original 151. But that's just me being old. Now, one of the things I remember about this game, I had actually...
It was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
When I was in college, I had gone for game art and animation, and I had done a report on Alan Wake. This was, if not the first, it was one of the first to use motion capture for the character. So, like, this character of Alan Wake, this is based on a brand new, or it's based on a living actor. And I had, at least me personally, I had never heard of that being done in a video game before. And so I thought that was really wild. The bots never give up, but that's why I've got you and Salem to keep an eye out and ban them when they rear their heads again. We got another manuscript page. Sarah in the radio station.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Definitely got that impression of him. He doesn't want anything good. Then again, I haven't found anybody, I think, that wants something good from Alan so far.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
wanna
you.
see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
How do I get out of here? There's one doorway in and... Oh, shit!
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
How do I get out? There's only one doorway. No, really, how do I get out of here? Ah, damn it. Salem! Play a different sound next time. Well, now I'm just running back and forth. What the... How do I get out of here? Leave the building. That's real helpful. Okay, chat. Am I just missing something? The doorway is right there. That's the one I came in through. Is there a ladder somewhere? Well, what the hell? How do I get out of the building? Jump. Oh. Oh my God. Skill, wit, talent? Nope, ain't got none of them. I like to think myself a wit, but I'm usually only half right. Another manuscript page. Thomas Zane in love with Barbara Jagger.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
Oh, shoot. The hell is that? It yeeted itself at me, that's for sure.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building and find a way to avoid electrocution.
Are you serious, Salem? Ooh, hush up, Red. Stop encouraging her. Now we gotta run back across that big open field. Airbnb has gone downhill these days. Quiet mountain retreat, they said. You're welcome, Salem. You know, you could try some of the other ones, too. Thank you. There's one or two of the others, though, that have a loud, sudden start that'll work as a jump scare. I don't think that's one of the scary ones, Red, but it's definitely funny for the timing. I'm in the middle of a big fight and you play that.
Run.
Run. The darkness is really trying to stop me here, huh? Use that in a lot in other places. It's always on point. Are you referring to the sexy sax or the run? The run sound? Yeah. It's always on point. It would almost sounds like breathing. Jesus. You know, I want to know where Wake is keeping this shotgun. Like right here, he's holding it down by his side. Great, that makes sense. You swap weapons. What does he put it down his pant leg? Where the heck am I? There we go. Well, that didn't go well. A pant holster. Down his pant leg, right? Yeah. Trust no one in the dark. feel like that should be somebody's catchphrase. Hey, Red, is that a shotgun in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Heyo! Another manuscript page. Wait, touched by the dark presence.
Some of the taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
So he's protected because he's a writer? Why does the dark presence need a writer? Or it said something about the rock band. Why does it need artists? Whoa! Red, if I hadn't spotted that coming up, that probably would have gotten me. Oh great, power just blew out. Isn't that always the way?
There's no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've come to talk with you again. Aw. It's not long enough. Gotta love the ragdoll physics, too. Oh, so how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you're having a fun time scaring me. Having fun watching. Another manuscript page. Wake and Barry in the cell.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
You read that? It's been a hot evening. Caved in and turned AC on. What kind of temps are you getting where you are, Red? Nightingale really does sound unhinged. In what court would the pages of a manuscript be considered evidence for something like this? Unless it's some huge conspiracy theory. About 90 inside, high 80s most of the day. That's... yeah, I'd have caved in and done the same thing. In fact, we did. I think it hit 78 in the house, and my wife was like, forget that, turn on the air. Oh, there's some glow-in-the-dark paint. Okay. Oh, we got some stairs. Oh, I see a thermos. Whoa.
Wow.
The timing on that was so good. I fell and hit the ground. Wow.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Pump action shotgun instead of a double barrel. It came from behind. Someone's sleeping on the couch tonight. It's gonna be me. I love you too, Salem. Back into the light.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
Giving some sexy music for the wife and I there, huh, Red? Appreciate that. Get him if you won't hold still. Well, if you won't hold still, I'll just leave him behind.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Their manuscript page. Wake and Casey.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
I don't have a lot of bullets for that. Please. Now I'm just waiting for the kitchen sink to come flying at me. Okay, I'd rather the kitchen sink than whatever these things are. I found a key. I found the door that goes to the key.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
So is the character Alan Wake trapped somewhere? Is this a hallucination? What does this thing have against trees? Paint.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults.
Beaver
He was telling me
spirits.
to hurry up.
That would explain why they're going after the trees.
Birds.
A lot of birds. Thank you, Ed, for the bits. And you're not wrong. I mean, the darkness has infected the birds. Who's to say it hasn't infected the beavers as well? Exit the silver mine. Ooh, I want silver. Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain. Alice? I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
Manuscript page titled Hunters taken.
The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Explains where all the bad guys are coming from. God damn it, Salem! Red! God damn it, Red! Salem didn't do it this time. I hope you're amused with yourself, sir. We've got another manuscript. Nightingale in the Majestic.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
You appreciated the distraction in-house? Oh. Yeah. You're happy she took the blame for that brief moment. Well, I ain't going that way. You sure did, Salem. I'm glad you guys are getting a kick out of it. For all that I'm giving you a hard time, I'm very much enjoying myself as well.
I'd have to make my way up this mineshaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Oh, now we've got a puzzle to solve. The points do go quick. Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of cheaper ones there too, but yeah, I definitely wanted to make sure to make some of them a little bit more expensive. I don't have any time limit on any of them, so theoretically, like 5 people could just spam that jump scare 5 times in a row and it would work. But I figure hopefully not trying to over explain it. Like that? Nope. Yay! Played the audio as I fell to my death. You couldn't have timed that better.
In order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
The yeet, yes, absolutely. It's, and if you can time it right, like that last one, it's so perfect. The chicken dance is on there. It is. Nice clip, Red. Perfectly timed. I keep telling you, you gotta redeem Grandma. Or Granny, or whatever he calls it. Seriously? That one, yes. Okay. Simple puzzle, but it took me a bit. There we go. Get out of the mine. As it sounds like the mine is about to collapse. Why is it Alan Wake? Since it's remastered, shouldn't it be Alan Woke? That's what they should have named the second one. Instead of Alan Wake 2, name it Alan Woke. That's not a bad pun, Salem. Manuscript page. Oh, wow. There you go, Red. How's that for a view? Okay, manuscript page. Tor hits Nurse Sinclair.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer came down upon her head. Sorry, Beatles flashback. I have not seen anything about it yet, Red. I haven't seen anything about the new Highlander. But I am still very much excited for it. Have you seen the trailer for the new Street Fighter? I just saw it for the first time today. It looks like it's going to be one of those movies where it's so bad it's good. Well, that was fast. Plus 50 Cent, it can't be that good.
Great. Another cable car. Just great.
At least this, honestly, this Street Fighter seems a lot more like how they did Mortal Kombat back in the 90s, where, hey, it's a tournament and let's get everybody together. Whereas before the old Street Fighter, it had been like, hey, everybody knows everybody else, and this is a whole world that we're just now learning about, and it just... Yeah, I haven't seen Practical Magic, Salem, but I'm sure you're going to sit me down sometime soon to watch it. Oh no. Saw another one go this way. Whoa!
Shit.
Always jump at you out of the shadows. Oh. I see a light. Run for the light. Got it. Walk carefully. Flare gun worked really well. The dark paint. Yeah, this is definitely one of those games where it's almost dull and boring until you hit the story points. Oh, another manuscript page. Mott at Cauldron
Molly
Lake.
checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
That's the kidnapper. Not able to find us? They really do. The pages wind up everywhere. It's weird though, like, the pages are basically saying, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's happening. But who wrote the pages? And how did they know what would be happening? It's odd because this manuscript is written. It says it's by Alan Wake, but he doesn't remember writing it. Go the other way. Oh, go down and through. CW and TZ. Tom. I miss you, Tom. You talk to me on TV, Tom. I miss you. Did you write this? Tom. I curse you, Thomas Zane. Jeez. Right at the next death threat. They're everywhere. Well, that was an interesting house. So many nice people.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Manuscript page. Wake wakes up in the lodge.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
So, is Alan Wake insane? Are we a mental patient?
Wait! Are you? Wait! Hey, I'm here! I'm coming! No! Get away! Sorry. Please, it's late. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make him play ball. You see? To get him writing for us. Please.
You ain't wrong, man. I mean, picked up by a darkness tornado, and I grabbed a flare, it may have hurt the tornado, yeah? Okay. Looks like that was the end of the chapter. The end of the episode. Okay. So what did we learn this time? Rose was possessed. She put Barry and Alan to sleep. Alan spent a good bit of time running from the cops. And then he went to the radio station and ran from the cops some more. The kidnapper was jerking him around. And then I'm pretty sure I heard him saying to the old lady that he didn't have Alan's wife. Okay, who's ready for the next episode? No. It is late enough. I think it's about time to call it. It's the end of the episode. I hope everybody had fun. I had a blast playing. I had fun with everybody chatting. It was absolutely a fun night. Thank you everyone for joining us. Let's listen to a bit of music here as if I can find where my mouse is. Oh, and then of course when I tab out, it stops the music. Oh, it just stopped the music. Okay. Let's see. Right now? Okay. I have a friend, Sir Pigpen. He was at least lurking earlier. I don't know if he's still listening in. We're going to surprise him if he's not, and we're going to raid in on him. So, bear with me here. Raid. Okay. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Let's show some love to Sir Pigpen, and I will see you again on Tuesday. Take care.
Matter right now. How was your Alan Wake? Did you finish chapter 3? Episode 3? Just plugging away here.